This is HD Ingles, and I want to present to you another episode of Simply Stories. Of course, it's broadcast on the RUNets network. This episode is about an unexpected career change. True story. I call it From the Bottom to the Top. Start with my first bit of luck. The United States Air Force gave me a first class, that's for sure, electronics education. I had no idea of what would come of it. My second bit of luck. In 1965, I was hired by IBM as a bottom of the line final test technician on IBM models 7090 and 7094. It was a good job with one of the best companies in the world. At that time, it may have been the best. My third bit of luck. After about a year, I was assigned to work on IBM's latest and greatest new computer, the IBM System 360 Model 390. The 390 was the most powerful computer IBM had ever produced. It was built using things called chips. And one of those little chips contained from 12 to 14 transistors. I was amazed. Then my big break. While working on the 390, I was assigned a job which would change my life. I was assigned to teach a class of IBM engineers and programmers the details of how the 390 worked. Now, a man I shall never forget. One of the students in my class, an older staff engineer, Steve, did something for me which is impossible to forget. After a couple of months of teaching the class, Steve approached me during a break and looked at me and he said, "Ingles, what the hell are you doing in manufacturing?" I was a bit nonplussed and responded, "That's what I was hired for." He said, "Take the programmer's test." Well, without going into details, I passed the test and then took a computer class on how to be an IBM System 360 assembler programmer. Was suddenly a programmer. I was then a programmer technician, and I was working under the same management as Steve. He got me started. Only a few months after that, I was a senior programmer technician. About a year later, my manager explained to me that I could not be promoted into the professional programming ranks because our government did not allow me to be a professional because I did not possess a college degree. The reasoning being that technicians were paid hourly and professionals were salaried. On the day I turned 30, that's 1969, I decided to bite the bullet and earn my degree at North Carolina State University. With the number of hours I worked, plus strange hours because of needing computer time, they were different in those days, there was no way I could attend classes full-time. My IBM management was wonderful. I was demoted to senior operator with a drop in pay, and I was guaranteed second shift and no overtime. That may not seem very wonderful, but the reason for the demotion was fully documented. When I had 10 months before I graduated, my IBM job was becoming too much. I was loaded down with high-level math courses. I bit another bullet. I took a leave of absence from IBM. I had a wife, 2 daughters, a mortgage, and no money from IBM. But I did have a backup in 4 forms. I had accumulated 10 shares of IBM stock worth about $400 each. I sold 1 share a month for about $6 a sale. I had the GI Bill of Rights, which paid me $140 a month. I was a student assistant at NCSU for 6 bits an hour, and Carolyn took a part-time job. Well, Carolyn and I made it. We were broke a lot, but we made it. We broke a lot. Suddenly, a professional programmer. At the age of 32, I was an entry-level programmer at IBM. When I retired from IBM at the age of 53, I had achieved the highest professional title at IBM, senior programmer. Any rank higher than that was a corporate level job. One more thing, I love being a programmer. I worked a ridiculous number of hours with no overtime pay, and I loved it. I did the best I could. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you for watching.